Hello, hello. How is everyone? I'm not Raquel, but I hope you'll all join me because I'm paying tribute to my version of Raquel's beautiful dress. And I'm just going to wait a few more minutes before I start. But whilst I was getting ready, I broke this. So I want to fix it. And it's a good opportunity to show you how easy this is to fix. This was a roll, like this one. This one's got cherubs, but this one has a more sophisticated finish on it. And it works with what I'm doing beautifully. My name is Rima Bechara. Hold on one second. Hello, Betty. Hello, Jen. Hello, Irma. Charlotte, welcome.
My name is Rima Bechara.
Charlotte, we're live. So you're watching us live. Hi, Valerie. Please say hello when you join. Hi, Barbara. How are you, my friend? Okay, so as I was preparing, I'm doing something I've never done before. I'm not a lacy kind of person, although sometimes I do them. And whilst I was unrolling my Would You Bend, good morning. Hi, Donna. Good morning, Denise. Whilst I was undoing my Would You Bend to cut up some pieces for this tutorial or this live, I accidentally broke it. So I thought instead of scrapping that piece, I would show you all how easy it is to repair Would You Bend. This is how it broke. Okay, I was turning it over. I shouldn't have been, but I did. So what you first need to do Hello, Robin. How are you? Thank you, Betty. How was the shopping? So you heat both pieces, and as you can see, this is relatively... Oops, I'm going to break it again because that part was not... supposed to do that. But all I put is wood glue, and I'm using wood glue, but you can use any glue you want. The wood glue that I'm using is indoor outdoor, but it doesn't really matter because we're not going outdoors. It's too cold. I just applied this. I heated both pieces first, and now I'm going to heat it up again. Barbara, I saw the wedding was beautiful. And hello, Mary Beth. And I'm sure you had an amazing time. Hi, Grace. How are you? Thank you all for joining. My name is Rima Bechara. I'm the owner of Walls and More. And if you can spread this video out Hey, Donna Sue, how are you? Thank you for joining again. I'm just going to leave it on like this. I do want to push this bit down though. This is where it broke with me, and I was in a rush to unroll it. Now this is Would You Bend, and for those of you that don't know what, it was beautiful. I'm so glad. Hello, Carrie, how are you? I'm going to leave this to cool down. Barbara, you're an amazing supporter of both of them. I hope one day I'll have the pleasure of meeting you. I'm going to leave this to cool down. In the meanwhile, I'm going to explain to you what we will be doing. I don't know that we can do it all in one live because there are a few steps. Now, the first thing, obviously, as you can tell, this is going to be for here. And I will show you how to miter. And it's the exact width I need. And we're going to put this all over. Then we're going to, this is a glass frame I got from the charity shop. It's not Goodwill, it's something else. And I'm going to clean the glass. And we're going to be applying a few things on the glass. I'm very well. Yeah, I heard that you were a riot, you're a hoot, you're an amazing, amazing lady, Barbara. Yeah, she'll be back on November 1st, I think. She's on her honeymoon. So we're going to start, what we're going to do is work the pieces and then put them all together. So I'm cleaning this with 91% alcohol because we want to make sure that there's no oils from our fingers. She says as she puts her fingers on there. Please spread this out for Kelly. And, oh, you're welcome, Joyce. In the meanwhile, Robin, Giselle, and I don't know if anyone else is going to be on, but hopefully you'll enjoy us until Keli-Kat. We can't replace Keli-Kat, nobody can, but hopefully we'll be able to do Kelly justice. Now, her dress had lace, and I love lace. I don't use it very often. And if you can see stars here, you're right. What we're going to be doing is, as a background, I'm going to decoupage this piece of material, textile, on here. Wait for it to dry because we're working in layers. So we'll do this first. And as I said, this is a tribute to Keli-Kat's wedding dress. That's where I got my inspiration from. And let me get some. I'm using the Pentart Decoupage glue and varnish. And I'll tell you a little bit more about myself if you don't know. My name is Rima Bechara, as I said. I'm located in Boston. I'm a friend of Kelly's. We met, I think, a year ago in September. and we were both at the same convention, and it was great. She's an amazing, amazing person. So because she's very soft and very feminine, and I thought this would be great to do for her. I have a wedding gift for her, and it's something that I created especially for her. And this was just a piece I thought of that inspired me. I know this isn't lacy. You'll see the lace later. I applied Decoupage varnish and glue on this because I really want it flat down. And this belongs inside a frame. And this will dry clear. Hopefully, I should have used the decoupage for textiles, but I didn't think about pulling it out. I'm a foil retailer, and I am a Would You Bend retailer, as well as a Pentart and Decoupage queen, amongst others. So I'm going to move this out of the way to leave it to dry. She did, Lenora. Her wedding dress was beautiful. Yeah, I thought of stars because, you know, it's a very, the stars, the smiles that I saw from both her and Greg were amazing. So I thought this would be appropriate. Let me move this aside because we need it to dry. And hopefully I have somewhere to put it. Now the next part of our plan is, this is a heart. I can't remember where I got it from, but more than likely it's a Dollar Tree. Not that I've been shopping much. And although I like the holes and, you know, the openings, I want it to show up. And the only way I could think of making it show up is to use another Would You Bend product. One that's really underused. Good afternoon. Hello, Vakrina. How are you? I hope you're well. Oh, you are, Gwen? Oh, we should meet up. Yes, of course, Lenora. Would You Bend is a product of wood. And the amazing thing about it is that you can paint it. You can stain it. You can leave it as is if you want. You can drill it. You can cut it. And I'll show you cutting it with a pair of scissors. But the most amazing part is that when you heat it up, it bends. And this is a roll of Would You Bend that you can also get. I was going to use cardboard underneath this, but then to me that, oops. See, this is how easily it breaks if it's dry, if it's cold. And we'll work, I'll show you the Would You Bend we just fixed at the beginning. And if I miss any questions, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to open up this roll. And this roll is an amazing piece for anyone who wants to create their own things. I have created a mask using this. See how it starts to bend? And that's not even how it heats up. That's not even well heated. But you saw how quickly that broke. And whenever you get breakages or you use wood you bend, don't throw out the pieces. You can, Lenora? No, I don't think you can. I've never put it in my silicone. Although it's worth... this roll, I'm disappointed that so many people do not use it. It's SKU 2295, I think. Betty, am I correct? If you're on, let me know. So I'm just opening it up. This one, yes. This one is a flat product. And this particular piece I've used many, many times before. And when I ship it, I ship it rolled. Because it's easier to transport that way. See? It unrolls. Wood you bend in its cold state is hard. It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous, absolutely. Vakrina, which country are you from? No. I've never tried. I don't have a cry cut. I don't have a cry cut. And see how it moves now? It's not breaking like this. And what I want to do is, I'm putting this here, and I'm going to trace it, and I better make sure I'm tracing it with something that will not disappear. So when you roll it up, you just pick whatever item you want. And you trace it on here. I missed just a little bit. I don't know that I'm going to cut through every one of these, but once we paint this and paint this, it'll make it stand out. So this is how easy it is to cut. It needs heating up again. Don't ever cut it without heating it up. We're going to keep heating it up for quite a while. Not quite a while. But you see how easy it cuts? I'm going to need to heat it. I'm just cutting around it right now. It needs more heating up. It gets harder to cut. Right now I'm just separating it from this. I'm going to roll this back up again and put these inside it so that they don't continue breaking. Do not throw out these bits, okay? And I'm just going to roll it up because it's easier to store and less likely to get damaged. Hey, Robin, how are you? Thanks for your help earlier. So I'm just rolling it back up so that I can store it and it won't break. And I'll use this another couple of times. I've made a mask from this and I should find it and show it to you. Okay, now I'm heating it up again. Hello, Stephanie. How are you? I'm just going to turn it. Anytime, Robin. Anytime. Now, you can also cut it with a penknife. What is a penknife? Actually, what I'm going to do is cut this like this. Now you can decoupage on this. If you want, you can paint. I'm just trying to get a bit closer. Yes, it would. It's a bit, I don't have a Keli-Kat. I've never used one. So I wish I could tell you, but it is thick. You know what just dawned on me? You know the machines that we use to thing we do like this and it goes in. Gwen, my page name is Walls and More by Mimi. And Betty, if you can put the link to my page, I would greatly appreciate it. Betty is my moderator. Do not throw this at all. You will use all the parts. Save them all together. People even buy the broken bits, because you can create so many things with them. Okay, let's see where the heart is and if that works. Yes, that works. Look at this. I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to paint both of these pieces in black. And earlier, and you'll know why in a minute. And I did use the black on my live earlier, but I can't find it. By the way, for those that don't know me, I'm the Oops Girl. I do lives, thank you, Gwen, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 on Facebook. And I do lives on YouTube every Wednesday. Sometimes, if my live is complicated or time-consuming, I'll on the YouTube, I will usually continue the next day on YouTube, and you can find my all my details. Oh, thank you. There, Betty goes. Betty did it. I do a variety of projects. I don't just do one thing. I do foils. I do glass. Like this morning on my live, we did night lights, decorating night lights. I gave and showed ideas for how to decorate them with glass, broken glass. And also, ideas for how to decorate them using things that you may already have. And this works. You can do these projects with your grandkids, with your kids, with everyone. So I'm going to leave this to dry. I need to do the edges. Hi, Hazel. Why am I doing this? I'm lighting up something. My heat gun. Okay, now this one I'm also going to paint. And yes, don't worry, it will show through. We'll make sure of it. But I always paint my black, my metallic. Hi, Yvonne, how are you? My metallics with black underneath, I always feel it works better. It shows up brighter. And we're going to do both sides. So right now, all we're doing is preparing the bits and pieces that we're going to use on the project. So I'm just painting this black. My paint is a bit thick, but that's okay. And actually, it's not black, it's Payne's gray. And I do want full coverage. I am using a metallic paint. But see how it looks navy here? It's really black. Well, it's really navy, but it shows as black. So this is another option for you. If you don't have black or you can't find black, you can use Payne's Gray, which I love. I'm going to dry this. Hi, Tammy. How are you? Thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting Kelly's page. I really appreciate that. We want her to have a relaxed honeymoon. Hey, Crafting Grammy. How are you? If you're just joining, you watched me make a mess. I'm going to move this aside and paint this. I want to make sure my edges are done. I think I need more water. I lost it. And we're going to also be dealing with the edges. Now I can sand them down so they don't look as rough, but we're going to be adding something. Now Kelly's dress was very soft, very feminine, very elegant. And although I'll be using lace, I'm going to incorporate in it some jewels or rhinestones or something. I don't know what you would call them, which is more my style. She did. Yvonne, she had an amazing dress, yes. I'm just going to leave this to cool down. And this one is still wet. Yes, but I'm not doing denim. I'm going to be doing a more traditional, not traditional, I can't say traditional, more, her wedding was beautiful, yes it was. And she is marrying the guy, the man of her dreams, so we just wish her all the happiness. I'll be on Thursday again on her page. And Betty, do you have my schedule? Because I kind of brain dead right now. My desk is going to be a mess, but we can always clean it. I'm doing the back because I like my pieces to be finished. And once this is dry, I thought we could add some gold leaf, but I think I'm going to use something else. Let's see. I just want to try and paint some of these. It won't take us long. So basically, we're just trying to get everything organized and ready to put together. And I know it's horrible to watch paint dry, but for Kelly, it's worth it. I'm not filling in all, I don't want perfection here. but I'm doing the inside because I'm thinking of painting the heart. What do you think? Well, you would need to know what it's going on, right? I could have done this ahead of time, but I like when people are watching and learning, I like them to see what I'm actually doing because I'm a visual learner. And prefer it that way. Can everyone see okay? Can everyone hear okay? Hello, Tatya. Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay, it might be Tuesday and Thursday, I'm not sure. Friday at... Okay, thanks, Betty. So I will be on this week 3 times. Yes. I like everything to be finished. It does take time, especially when you're doing a lot of details. Like this is really detailed. I think it just gives a much nicer feel to the project. I'm looking around to see where I might have missed, because once I apply the next step, I cannot do what I'm doing right now. So thank you for being patient whilst I'm doing this. Hi, Edie. How are you, my friend? I don't know, how's the weather where you are? Tell me. Here in Boston, it's sunny but cold. Well, cold for me. The edges need doing. And if you like what you're seeing, you can always join me on my page at 11 o'clock. Or sign into my Telegram. Let me add a little bit more. See how it becomes navy? I'm adding a lot of water so that it becomes easier to spread. So I'm just checking to make sure I have everything covered, or as much as I can do. And once this is dry, we'll be all set to go. Turn your project upside down, because more often than not, you're going to see that you've forgotten places. Oh, Barbara, is it that cold? Oh, at least we don't have rain. We have, the sun is shining, but it's cold. I don't like the cold. I don't know why I'm living in Massachusetts. Just want to make sure everything is done. Now, there are some small areas that I obviously won't be able to get into, and I'm fine with that. Turning it upside down, inside out. You could, what might be easier to do than doing what I'm doing is spray painting it. But okay, I'm just going to give it another check. And I think she's done. I'm going to put this aside to dry. And we're going to do the back of this because... Oh, you did, Robin? Last week we had... what did we have? We had good weather last week, didn't we? Yes, that's definitely important. Let me just spray this with water. It'll help. To make it go faster. And I am using Master's Touch from Hobby Lobby. And this is the back, but I still want the back finished. So let me check this. It looks all done. I got some white specks that I don't need. And I'm going to keep the brush because I'm going to need it for the trim. Let me just wipe this off and clean my hands. And my sprayer has the habit of spraying not just the area I want, but everywhere, including my iPad. Okay. Now let's look at the, look at this. Sorry. Okay, this is the area we started to fix. And I didn't lay it down flat, but I am now. I unrolled it, which was just to check if I had enough in the in the roll. Yeah, but like this. So now I still need to keep it flat. No, I am going to leave it flat. And on this one, I'm going to dry it, and then we're going to apply foil adhesive. I'm going to put this down on here and get the foil adhesive out. There's only so many things I can put on my desk. Texture medium, foil adhesive. Okay, this is the foil adhesive I use and sell on my website. And we're going to use the dauber. Now, the foil adhesive goes on milky white, as you can see. This is the end of mine. And I'm going to apply it by dabbing because I don't want it going through all the holes. You can use a roller, which might make it easier, or you can do what I'm doing. Now, if it does go through to the other side like these have, that's okay. Just make sure you have it all covered, because when you put the foil, if it does not transfer, it's because you didn't put any or enough. It takes about, it takes a minimum of an hour, 45 minutes, depending on the humidity. If it's not humid, 45 minutes. But there are some surfaces that I will leave overnight. And if you watched the Christmas trees we did last week, where we added foil to the back of the tree, those I had left overnight. Some items need longer, and some items need less. But typically, I do this overnight. The only reason I'm not doing it here is because I wanted to show you step by step, and I don't have two hearts to do this ahead of time. Just need to add a little bit more here. But as I said, you can roll it on, you can brush it on. I'm sorry if I'm missing comments. Yeah, I have those, Debbie. Oh, last week was rain here. That's right. Robin, it's raining in 66 in Georgia. Well, you can keep the rain, Robin, because that's one thing I'm definitely not interested in, and that's the rain. So I'm just going over it because, as you can see, some areas have a lot, and I want to smooth it out. And as I said, there's a lot of steps to each part of this. So you please bear with me. This is a dauber that I've been using just for foils. I'm going to leave it like this, actually. I don't want to touch the lace right now because I'm going to mess it up. Now, I could have painted this before. This was a frame that I got from one of the stores. What I need to do now is, this is what I had started to do, is cut out the wood you bend and glue it. And that's what we're going to do on this side, on here. So you can see how easy it is to work with. And there's no point. Hi, Edie. Oh, you can have all the rain, Carrie. I will gladly send it to you free of charge. I need to be able to lay this down. And if you notice, I scorched my wood you bend, and that's because I put this directly on it by accident, but you can paint over it. What you cannot do is stain over it. So I hope you can see here. I'm just going to heat it up and then cut it. And I'm measuring from end to end. So we have one side, and hopefully I've got enough to do the other side. But we're going to use this because it's easier. Cut it again. That's the second side. And hopefully I have enough for this here. If I don't, then that's a problem. Does anyone have any questions on wood you bend? Anything that I didn't mention that I should have? Or if I didn't make it clear? Oh yes. And look at how I have just this much left. Hallelujah. Okay, we're going to start gluing. And again, like you saw me putting it together, I'm going to, I can use a brush or I can use my fingers. I will probably use a brush. And as usual, I pour too much on. I'm going to start adding here. I did nothing to the frame. I could have painted it white or black or any other color, but I knew that I would have to be painting the trim. So I'm just going to place this on, no, that's the wrong side. I'm going to place it on here. I want the edges with these lines here to show. So let's do that. And to apply it, all I'm going to do is, hi Sharon. My accent is, I was born in Lebanon, but I grew up in the United Kingdom. I left, when, you know, you're making me feel good. I don't know why. I hate my accent. I had someone once tell me that my voice puts them to sleep. I'm sure they didn't mean it badly, but still it impacted me. So as you can see, this has been applied. I need to add a little bit more here, more heat. And keep your fingers on it until it gets cooler. And now I'm going to place this one over here. And then we'll mitre. And oh, I forgot to show you. This is the part that broke right here. I'm so sorry. This is the second time it happens today. Thank you. Thank you, Gwen. Now, if you didn't want to use would you bend, you could do this another way and use plaster, like clay. You can use clay if you don't have would you bend or don't want to use would you bend. And I'm just trying to find I want a knife, a ruler, because this is a wide, this is how you would mitre, and hopefully I'm not going to make a mess of it. I'm going to heat it up, I think. Lift this up, and hopefully this one. I just want to mark clearly where I'm cutting it. It's not 100%, but you know, by the time we get done, you won't notice. These are to be kept. I know what I did wrong. Do you see here? I should have cut right here, and instead I didn't. I could glue it back on. Let me see if that would correct it. And it might. Actually, it goes this way. I'm going to add some more wood glue. And this will help it work better. Let me just add some wood glue. I need to get it underneath. And hopefully my next miter will be better. That was not a very good example of how to miter, but this is what you would do if you can. Once this is dry, I'll show you how we'll make it disappear. Okay, so now we're doing the other side, and I think I'm running out of wood glue. And we need this. And again, we need to heat it up. This is how easy it is to do. Now, if you're using a roll like this one, make sure that you use the pieces the same way all over. If I have not said hello to you, I apologize. Again, I'm going to turn it over. And this time, what I'm going to do is, to make it easier for you and for me, I'm going to try and go from end to end. The only thing is that I'm using a friction pen, and that may disappear. And of course I had to break a piece. Now I look like someone who doesn't know what they're doing. But these things happen. I'm gluing back a piece that I accidentally picked up. If I can, if I can't, then there we go. Sure. Yeah, Gwen. I typically don't show my face because I don't, because I don't have makeup on. I'm lazy. It is absolutely much easier. Now we're going to have 2 more. Yes, that's true. I absolutely agree. Let's get some more would you bend? I mean glue. When I first got the new glue, I did not like it. Because to me it was too runny. But since I kind of appreciate the fact that it is runny because it's easier to spread. So please don't forget to spread this video out for Keli-Kat. That's the Would You Bend glue, yes. That's the Would You Bend glue. And they're coming out with some more stencils. And one of them I really am in love with. I'm going to use another pen, one that does not. Great. Now let's find a pen that works. Good. And we're going to cut along here. And you go a straight 45 degrees. This one is not working. When things don't want to work, they don't work. Let's heat it up. And I am going to stand up and do it. Let's see if that makes a difference. And I have a knife that I'm going to use here. I'm just trying to mark. This could be a complete disaster, or it could work. And you know what happened? It actually worked. But I want to put some more glue here. So let's glue it on. Hey Phyllis, how are you, my friend? And we've got one more area to glue, or to cut. And as I said before, and I'll say it again and again, do not throw out your pieces of wood bend. I'm trying to find the pieces that I did. They're not here. But tomorrow, if I remember, I will show you what you can do with your broken wood bend. So now the last one, and I've got heart palpitations. I don't want anything else going wrong. So I think using this might be better than using this. Ooh, that's nice. What color did you do? I think this one is a complete disaster. Oops, see, I broke it off again because it's cold. I'll have to glue it back on again. It's the ends. Okay, let's put these away and heat this up again. Oh, it is easy. It is very easy. Usually I would take more time to do it, but on the live it's harder. Oops. Okay, so we have this done. I'm going to leave this alone. And we're going to go back to the original piece we started off with. And I just want to put this one down on something so that we don't mess it up. I hope this is clean. Okay, remember we put this on. And yes, there are wrinkles. It's not completely dry. And I'm okay with the wrinkles because, and I want to clean my hands first. If I can. Otherwise, I'm going to use a pair of gloves. I don't want to mess up the lace. We're going to be using this on top. And where are my gloves? There's one. And I know it's not the same color, but I'm going to be applying this on here. And you can just see a hint of the gold and silver. I mean the gold. I could have used white lace, but I kind of thought this is more, I don't know what the word is, but I kind of preferred it. And yes, there, oh my goodness, Rima. You didn't see that, right? That's an oops. But you know what? At least it cleans up, and there's going to be something else hiding right there. So let me get my decoupage glue, and I'm going to put some on the bottom and on the top. And you know why that's happened? That's because I was rushing to get this done. So I did not have a complete coverage of the textile, the lace. Well, not the stars. Okay, let's do the first bit. So we've just layered, put in one layer, and we're going to do the second side. Oops happens, yes. Oops happens to me a lot. Because my brains are thinking faster than my hands. Okay. Now we're going to put this on. And I'm going to add a big layer. And I'm going to do it gently. And this, don't forget, will dry clear. And I don't want to touch the areas that are... Can you see the stars, the gold stars? Oh, thank you for the hearts. Now this needs to dry probably overnight. I don't really want to mess up more than I've already messed up. And I'm just putting on, you can use Mod Podge. Now you can use decoupage paper underneath the lace if you want. If it's a nice color. And this lace I coffee stained. I'll have to get some more. So you can see I'm putting on a lot of the decoupage, varnish and glue. Because I really want it to be attached. So we have several parts to this project. We have this part, which is the mirror that's been decoupaged twice. And I've been quite liberal with how much I'm using. And this lace does absorb a lot of decoupage varnish and glue. I'm just going to straighten it out, move this out of the way. This will probably take several hours. To dry. Make sure the edges are the most important. Dum da dum. I don't know where the cover for this is, but we'll put this down. So I'm going to move it so that that's one part. The other part, the other two parts are this. Well, three parts actually. This and this. This I'm going to wait till tomorrow for it to tack up. Then we've got this, which we're going to paint bronze. And this I'm going to paint black. And we'll figure out what color we're doing tomorrow. I might paint the black off camera. I'm not sure. Let's find the bronze. Would that work? Let me see. That could work. Or you could use, oh, I know. Posh pigment. Posh pigment would go great, actually. Let's do that. So this is Posh chalk pigment. Just moving the frame out of the way. And we're going to add the infuser. Is Facebook playing around with me? And oops, I think I put too much. There goes another oops. This is the pigment. It's a powder. There's many, many colors for you to choose from. There's silver. There's 3 or 4 different golds. There is 2 reds. There is a green, purple, a black. And beauty of this is that you can mix as much as you want. And it doesn't dry up. You don't have issues with smells. There's absolutely no smell to this. None whatsoever. Let me just find a stirrer. we've got one here. But whilst you're stirring, please be very careful. This is very, very fine pigment. Yes, Posh Chalk did come out with, Pentart did come out with their own after Posh Chalk. But when I looked at the differences in the size of the pigments, I'm more partial to the Posh Chalk one because they are finer. So the color sparkles a lot more. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? So I've mixed it up. There we go. And I don't want to waste any of it. So I'm going to put this on, but look at how sparkly the color is. And I'm going to do it both sides, and this will have to be flattened. Also, the fact that you're using the Posh Chalk infuser means that this will dry faster. I might do another coat, I'm not sure. You can also dull it down by going over it with a glaze. If this is too bright for you. Now, if you don't want to use foils, you can also do this in another color, in another metallic color. It doesn't have to be, you know what I'm doing. I have to do the back, but just imagine, actually this was the wrong color to use. I might have to use another color for this one. I can't have gold and gold, so I'll have to pick another foil. Oh, Elizabeth, you're so sweet. I missed you this morning, my friend. So now, I'm just going to do this. Like, you know, I said already, I don't like unfinished pieces, even if it's from the back. Now, if you have a container that has a lid, you can store the pigment for up to a week. I should have put it in such a container, but I didn't. This should dry fairly quickly because the infuser doesn't take long. Now let me see, is there anything else that we need to do besides, okay, I figured out which foil I'm going to use for this now. And I'm going to also surround it with either this or with some bling. So I'm not quite sure which one. Oh, Gwen has a question. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me just see. Thank you. Yes, I will finish this tomorrow. How long have I been crafting? Good question. I used to be a commodity broker for Merrill Lynch International, where I traded all the foreign currencies in gold and silver. But I stopped working when I got pregnant. And staying home bored me, so I started taking lessons and traveling around the country. But what I was doing was walls. Not murals, but like Venetian plaster on walls, and stenciling on walls, and foils on walls, and metal leaf on walls. And then I realized I was getting too old to be climbing scaffolds. So I started doing glass and resin. And it just took off from then. So how long have I been doing it? Maybe 4 or 5 years, if not longer. Before COVID. My life goes before COVID, after COVID. So it would have to be before COVID that I started. But I've been selling wood you bend since way before COVID, and foils. And if you go to my page, you'll see a lot of, thank you, Robin. You'll see a lot of oh, there's my walking advertisement, Elizabeth. Oh, no, don't worry. Not tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry. On Thursday. I'll finish this on Thursday. You know what? Maybe. Should I foil this today? No, I'm going to wait till Thursday. So I hope you've enjoyed this. On Thursday, we'll come back with the glass and the lace, with this and with this and with the frame. Like I said, I may paint the frame black before the live, just so that we don't waste so much time. I also have a problem. I don't know how to do bows, so that may take a little bit of time. But please take care, stay safe, and I will see you on Thursday. And in the meanwhile, if you're up to it, please feel free to join me on YouTube tomorrow for another project. It'll be live. Betty posted my Telegram on there if you want to reach out and find out what time I do things. I'm going to cover this up so that I don't get any dust, because once the foil is on, it attracts dust, and I don't want any dust onto this. Let me see. How old are my children? Oh, he's a painter? Oh, no, don't worry. No worries. My children, I have a 31-year-old. Actually, she'll be 31 November 5. And I have a 31 plus 4, because they're 4 years apart. 35-year-old. Well, she'll become 35 on the 16th of November. So, and my husband is an engineer. So if there's anything else you want to know, please come join me and ask me all the questions you want. Do not worry about it. Please take care, and I look forward to seeing you all on Thursday. Bye.